Good afternoon and welcome back to my channel. You're with Courtney as usual. Now I've been having a look around the YouTubes and seeing a lot of videos popping up in my feed about One Book July. And I did think about doing One Book July last year and I never got around to it. I kind of ummed and ahed until it was like the middle of July and then I'm like, nah, I'm good. But this year I thought I would take on the challenge. So I thought I'd just go through and show you what I was in, like currently using from the beginning of the year, and few things have changed but not much, and then show you what I've picked and how I've set it up and all that sort of thing. So as you know, my planner is my Hobonichi in the A6 size, and so we've got like the monthly spread and then the day per page back here. And so that's basically what I was using as our planner. And so that was the family planner, and where all our bits and bobs got added in for school and bills and all that sort of thing. So that was one book. Then I have my blog planner, which is where I was doing my scheduling blog posts and ideas and all that sort of thing. I have love-hate relationship with this. I use it and then I don't use it and then I get back into using it again, and so it still gets used, and it was still in the rotation. I was still making ideas and all that sort of stuff. This was June, and some of these got put up and some of these didn't. Some of these made it, some of these didn't, all that sort of stuff. But it was a book that I was using and it was in the rotation. So then there was my blog planner. Then there was this, oops, it's stuck, cheap little notebook from Kmart, and it was basically me hashing out blog post ideas and video ideas and all that sort of thing, and making lists of things that I would need to do for each thing and titles. So, you know, I'm on a design team, so design team ideas for projects and new series and all that sort of stuff, yada yada yada. So that was basically where I made all my basic jotting downs and hashing out and all that sort of thing for my blog and my YouTube channel. So there's this one. Then I have my sketchbook. So let me see, will that hit? No. So I have my big Canson sketchbook that I was using, and just for drawing practice and all that sort of thing. It doesn't get heaps and heaps of use, but it does get used. So it was in the rotation, and then at the back I started color charts, but that's going to end up in my color Bible. Those videos are coming. It just take a little while to film, and then I have like fonts and things that I've laminated so that I can refer. They are good reference material, so they stay in decent condition when I practice lettering and all that sort of stuff. So my sketchbook is part of it as well. And then, as you know, there's like a pile of inserts about to fall. I have my Giulio Giramondo Midori Style Traveler's Notebook, and when coming down to thinking, sorry, we've just had a issue with my father-in-law getting taken to hospital, so I've been having my phone on quite loud. So that was my hubby just telling me that he's getting lunch. So as you know, I use this as my journal, and there is my volume 2 book, which is almost at its end. And when I was thinking about how I would do it, I watched a few videos. I saw Miss Vicky B's video, and the idea of the sketchbook was really appealing. I thought I had it all down pat, and then I saw her video and I was like, I really like that idea. But I think the pull of this and the leather was just too much for me to resist, so I thought this setup was what I was planning to do next year for my plans and stuff, because I went ringless this year, so I went with the Hobonichi, and then next year I thought I would go with the Midori type thing. But so this is kind of like a glimpse for me to see if it'll be working, if it would work or not. and all that sort of thing. So it does seem quite thick right now, and that is only because my journal is almost at the end, and when it is finished, which it'll get finished in July, it'll be removed, which will considerably cut down the bulk in this thing. It looks ridiculous, and I know that it looks ridiculous. So when I was trying to work out what I needed, and I was going through, I got all my books out, all my random ones that I'd made and all that sort of thing. What was I going to put in my Midori in order to get through One Book July? What did I need and what did I not need? So I knew that I needed a planner, and I got this gifted to me from a girl in my in the Gilio group. She was also in the Aussie group, and it's a 2015 calendar, and it does fit in the Gilio. And I did consider using this as my calendar, but I needed a week to review or something like that, and this is just monthlies. So this one didn't make it. And what I did do is I made my own, because I have a love-hate relationship with my printer. We don't get along, and whenever I've tried to print Midori inserts, it's like running around in circles while poking yourself in the eye. My printer has it out for me. I think it's possessed. I truly believe my printer hates me. So I thought, if I'm gonna do anything, I'm gonna have to do it myself, and that was a problem, because I can barely rule a straight line sometimes, and I'm really bad at math and dividing and all that sort of stuff. But I got my big girl pants on, and I decided I would use a grid book. So I got a new grid book out, and I used some big cheap alphabet stickers from the dollar store here in Australia. They have capitals and lowercase, and I've used them quite a bit in my project life, so I had them lying around. So I wrote the plan, and then I did my old school labeler, and I said, get it done. So in here I ruled up a July with the monthly view, and this is why I don't do things myself. I was meant to do it double page spread, so that I had the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday consecutively across the page. But me, being me, and a little bit special sometimes, especially when I'm tired, and I did this late at night, John helped me work out the numbers, and I ruled it all up, not even thinking, and then I went, oh, I can't do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So it is just in like order of 1 to 31, and I'll just have to put like a little initial in the bottom other corner for the days of the week, which I haven't done yet. And then I tried, because you're meant to have one pen, so my one pen is my Artline Smooth, only because I know that my extra will be watercolors, and I needed a black pen that would not move with watercolors but was also nice to write with. And so I picked the boringest pen in the world, but a trusty companion, and I use it so much. I always grab it, so I thought, why not? So I thought, how am I going to delineate? When you look at my hobo, I am a color coder. I color code our bills, home things, school things, everything in highlighter. How am I going to do this? My highlighters are like very well loved, as you can see. They've seen better days, and I carry those around, and that's how I sort of get my things worked out. So I had to go back into my old file of faxes and find all my sticky tabs and my little highlighter things, because I hadn't used these in a while, because I've always highlighted. So I had to go and find all the things in the depths of my ring bound planners and start putting colored dots in, because I didn't pick a Coletto, because, you know, that would be the easy way out. And I did look at my Colettos in here. I did pull all my Colettos out, but when I looked, my black pen on every single Coletto was almost, the ink was almost run out, and I know I don't have any excuse me, I don't have any spares. I know I don't have any spares. So my black here is like right at the end on every single one. And I was like, oh, pen gods are against me. So I had no choice. I had to pick Trusty. So Colettos went away. And plus, sometimes they move with water. So I didn't pick those. Now, after I'd ruled that up, I actually handwrote all the dates in. And then I realized when I was talking to John that I missed a whole line with the dates, with the handwritten ones. I don't know how I did it. I'm special like that. So then I got my labeler out, my old school labeler, and did 1 to 31 on the labeler. Clickety click, 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 click. Yeah, that was me last night. And then I hand cut them and then I glued them into the corners. And then I basically did... divided it up into a week on one page and then a week, notes page. Then I got my tiny little sticky things, and there's some in here too, to become my color coding so that I know when bills are due. I've only started, I haven't filled everything in. It was late. So I have bills and stuff in green and then all the other colours. And so I did that for the whole of the month. And then I got these little calendar stickers given to me by the same girl that gave me that cute little calendar book you saw at the start. So I've got them in there. And so I've got July, and then that creates a little tab, which was handy. So I've got the month in there, and then for forward planning I've just basically put August and September and halved in the page, so if any dates come up in the next forward months, then they'll be there. And then I've got the rest of the book. If I enjoy it enough and I want to keep using it, I'll then rule up the next month and go from there. So that's book 1, the plan. Then I have a plain notebook, and I put the brain dump. And then when I was thinking about it, I'm like, that's a really big book, what else do I need? And then I looked over and saw my blog planner book, and then my little notebook that has all my notes and things. So I decided that at halfway point I would have my YouTube and blog stuff. So from this section onwards will be YouTube and blog, and then this section forward will be my brain dumping, where I just sort of blur everything out and then work out where it needs to go. But I've got something on, notes and things like that. I will go through there and do that. So though that is that one. And then I have like a little gold clip here for my pen loop. And then I have a craft folder. This was not in my journal. I actually took it out because it was getting a bit ragged, but I had to washi tape it in because I knew that I needed something to hold all my things to help me have stuff that stood out. So I've got like little tags and things and stickers so that they'll help with the process of making things stand out when everything's written in black. So I've got those in there, little bits and bobs. So there's my craft folder slipped into that one. Then I have my journal, which you guys have all seen, and there is a flip coming of this soon, obviously, because it's almost done. And so that will be removed once it is finished. But I didn't want to finish it and not have anywhere to go, because One Book July, you can't add things in. So I actually put volume 3 in the back, which is just a another one of those blank. I've got like a little bit of artwork in here, but that's it. So I decided to put volume 3 in so that when I am finished, I have a book to go straight into without thinking, oh, I'm cheating because I'm adding something else in after the date. So there's volume 3, and then I've just got little to-do lists and things like that. Nothing major. So I have basically all these in there. I'm going to have to do a lot of editing of this video because I keep going into coughing fits. So I'm going to have to edit the bejesus out of this video, or film it again, and I don't feel like filming it again. So my decision is that I can't wait to pull that chunky baby out because it is just making this ridiculously hard. So there is that, and I just have some little tabs and Martha Stewart teardrops and all that sort of thing. And then my extra thing will be my water brush, which is actually inside, and my Daniel Smith little miniature palette. I was going to use my big one that I haven't talked about on my channel yet, my big Schminky one, but I thought it was too big and I'm not quite ready to sort of play with this just yet. I want to do a video on my little palette before I start playing with the big guns. So this little portable palette, which has these colors in it, will be, my goodness, coughing fits galore. So I'm going to be, obviously, as I mentioned before, using my little Daniel Smith watercolor palette, because I will be doing some drawing in probably my journal book more than anything, because I don't have my sketchbook or my art journal or anything like that. And if I do get the urge to draw, I need colour. So I know a few people are using a watercolor set as their outlet, and I will be the same. So there are my things, and my water brush is inside. And so the things that didn't make it was this little insert, which has my books and my books that I've read during the month, and my 2015 reading list. And I didn't think I had to have that. I will, if I read a book, I'll put it down in probably the brain dump section and just transfer it over later. This is just an empty craft insert that's got nothing in it. My Draw My Week, I did consider putting this in instead of volume 3 of my journal, so that if I had wanted to draw something, I could use that, but it didn't make it. My bullet journal insert, I also considered putting this one in, but I decided no, I don't really need it in there. This was a little insert that I made with just watercolor paper, but the sizing is off and it's too wide, so I need to cut that down, so it didn't make it. And then something I haven't done a video on yet, which I will, is my weight loss journal, which I will do a video on when it comes time to talk about it, and also to give you like a little preview of my, like a Midori tour when I decide to sort of do that. It's there, and that normally is in here, but it hasn't been for this purpose, so I decided not to put it in. And then I had my extra folder that I made that I didn't need to, and then obviously my zipper folder, I decided the craft folder would be enough and I didn't really need the zipper folder. And obviously that's volume 1, it's finished and contacted, and it's just sitting on my shelf. So there you have my version of One Book July, and I'm scared that I'm going to love it and then my poor little donkey will get shoved to the side. And I don't know, if I love it, I will probably purchase diary inserts later, at a later date, because I don't know if I'll enjoy my own handwriting as my diary, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll get through this whole insert and then purchase an insert if I do like it. But well, it was the one reason why I was like, oh, am I going to do it? Because if I really love it, then this will become my everyday carry, and my little hobo will get sort of pushed to the side. So we'll see. I will also do a few updates during the month of July to show you how it's going, if I've made any changes. But I think it's a pretty decent little setup. Hopefully when you see the next update, this big chunky thing will be out and it will be happily on a diet. So I'll show you. If I take this out, it goes from being this to so slim and little. So, and it makes it so much easier to hold at this weight. So I should just get writing and journaling and find the string that was just in and put it back in. Come on. So once this is done, it'll be fine. We'll be back to our normal programming. Now I have to find the page that it's in. There we go. So I hope you've enjoyed watching what I'm going to do. If you have any questions, just ask and I'll get editing on this very cough-inducing video. Alright, so I'll talk to you soon.